Hey, how you doing today? This is a video for the guy I am trading for the Mecha Phantom Beast dracosack for. He is the one to trade for my Evil Swarm deck. So this is mainly just for him. I'm going to give him a peek into my deck, what's in it, and see if we're actually going to be able to pull off the trade for the Mecha Phantom Beast dracosack. So I'm going to jump right into the extra deck first, and then we'll go to the main deck. So first up, we have an Evil Swarm Ouroboros. It is a secret. It's just my camera has a hard time picking up the secret full. Alright. Then we have a number 16 Shockmaster. I'm going to tell you, he runs perfect in this deck. Obviously, I run two Ophions. Two Ophions because I run Pandemics. Pandemics are going to be your savior in this deck. One Bahamut. Then I run two different cards you're going to notice right here. You're going to notice they're not Evil Swarm. Like I told you earlier, there is some special cards to this deck. One being, I have a Thanatos. If you don't want this card, I can put Thanatos in. So that's no big problem. You'll see it in the trade next video. I'm also doing a trade binder for all of you guys. So instead of Thanatos, where he's just monster effects, no. I'm actually using number 44 Sky Pegasus. This is a new card coming out of Number Hunters. Then, yes, I'm using Red Dragon Archfiend in the Evil Swarm deck. It's actually really easy to go into how I do it, and you'll see it here in a minute. And he is a super. Unfortunately, he is not an ultra, and he's not a secret. He's just a super. And my stuff is not picking up tonight. But he is a super. Alright, now we're going to jump into the main deck. Of course, I have tons of stuff. If you don't like something, I can replace it with one of the Evil Swarm cards, because I have pretty much another build of Evil Swarms I could go into. First up, we have Gores. He is an ultra. Then we have a Dark Arm Dragon. Now we have the main engine for the Evil Swarm deck, which would be 3 casters, 3 Mandragoras, now it's player's choice of what you're wanting to do after that. Those two sets of cards are your main engine. Now, what I'd say do, what I did with this deck, of course I can replace it with anything. If you want more Jocks, I can put those in. But I'll show you how to do this. I use 3 Hasselvigs. Its effect allows me, when it flips, I can place it in the face down defense position. When it flips, I can return 1 card on the field to the hand. It's a field clearer. Along with being Evil Swarm, being able to pop Ophion or any of the other Evil Swarms with no problem. Now I have 2 Evil Swarm Jocks. I also have a third if you don't want one of the cards that's in. The only reason I use 2 is because its effect is, it's good if you're playing against a high level using deck. But if you're not playing against, like if you're playing against Constellars, all you're going to be able to do is get rid of their 6s and their, pretty much that's about all. Then we go into 3 Evil Swarm O-Lantern. Again, he is a field clearer. You put him out on the field, tribute him, and you can destroy 1 card on the field. I mean, 1 monster. I have 1 Thunderbird. Unfortunately, I was only ever able to find 1 of these. Okay, here's the part where we go into Red Dragon Archfiend. I use Vylon Prism. I know it seems kind of odd to have a Vylon Prism in an Evil Swarm deck, but in terms of me not really relying on Red Dragon Archfiend that much, it allowed me the chance to have a field clearer with a 3000 attack power beat stick. Which means what I used to do is I'd summon one of my big cards first. Normally I would go into Ophion, have him set up where my opponent could not get over level 5s, except by summoning with XYZs. That's one thing you'll have to watch out for this deck, is the XYZ monsters, because they will clear your field quick. Watch out for skill drains, because they will hit Evil Swarms hard. So we'll jump on to the next one. I have 2 rabbits. And I told you before, I do not have heliotropes. I have them coming in a trade though. But I do have a target for rabbits. I use Archfiends. That's also the reason I use number 44. And on top of that, number 44 has a really awesome effect. Number 44 Sky Pegasus effect reads that I can detach 1 from Sky Pegasus, choose 1 monster my opponent controls, then my opponent has to pick either to destroy the monster or take 1,000 life point damage. So that sets up pretty well, especially if you're using something like Ophion. Alright. Here comes the bread and butter of Evil Swarms. The Infestation cards I only use 1 set. I do have the Infestation Infection cards if you want them instead of some of the other cards in here. I have 3 Infestation Pandemics. It took, I ain't even gonna lie to you, this took forever to get. These were the hardest cards to get out of that entire deck, because I could never pull them. I ended up having to trade for them. Then we have 1 double summon. You don't really need to rely on this with Evil Swarms, but it's a good thing to lay back on if you were to happen to draw it. Reinforcement of the army. This is obviously, you're going to target caster. This target caster, you can get caster out. Drop caster. Caster's effect allows you to pull another Evil Swarm from your hand. Then Dark Hole. 2 Mystical Space Typhoons to drop backfield. 1 Allure of Darkness. 1 Monster Reborn. Now we'll go into the traps. Solemn Warning. Unfortunately, I do not have a Judgment. Shirasku Armor. It's a hollow. 3 Reckless Grease. The reason I run this is just for drawing. Of course, if you want these to be Infestation Infections, I can do that. Jar of Greed. Mirror Force. And finally, Torrential Tribute. And that'll be all for the deck. It is a 40 card deck, guaranteeing you will pull the stuff you need. That's the main way I built this deck. I will not go over level 40 cards in this deck, because after 40 you start getting this leniency where it will not allow you to summon as quickly as Evil Swarms need to summon. Evil Swarms are basically, you need to summon quick and you need to be able to get out Ophion. Ophion is your bread and your butter to this whole deck. Right now, I'm not sure if my other 2 Ophions, I have 2 more. I do not know if they're traded yet because the guy has not gotten back to me. So I'm going to have to check tonight when I put this video up for you. But alright, just let me know about the trade, and thank you.